Welcome to this Explainer. We are jumping straight into one of the most captivating mysteries out there today, the ultimate secret society. If you've ever found yourself tumbling down a late-night internet rabbit hole, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've heard the whispers. Today, we're breaking down this incredible, complex web of facts, fictions, and history, and we're going to uncover some truly mind-blowing historical details along the way.
Who really runs the world? I mean, it's a pretty heavy question, right? Is it our elected officials, or is there a shadowy elite truly controlling our governments, our global finances, maybe even pop culture and the entertainment industry? That single provocative question is really the beating heart of all the intense theories we're exploring today.
So, let's start by breaking down exactly what we mean. The word Illuminati actually has this really fascinating dual identity. On one hand, you have the massive modern conspiracy theory about a super-secret society trying to achieve global domination. But on the other hand, and this is actual historical fact, it was a real 18th century Bavarian fraternity. It completely bridges the gap between wild internet rumors and grounded European history.
Section 1. The Grand Conspiracy Theory.
To really understand how we got here, we've got to look at the sheer scale of the modern lore right alongside the historical record, because the contrast is pretty wild. Modern theories claim this group has these ancient origins and that their goal is absolute world domination. But the actual historical facts? It was founded in 1776 by a university professor, and while the lore insists they control global banks, governments, and even wars today, the reality is that the original group was completely disbanded by the Bavarian government in 1785.
Section 2. Symbols in Plain Sight. You know, a massive chunk of the Illuminati legend isn't just about shadowy meetings in dark rooms, it's about this thrilling idea that visual evidence is hiding right in front of us. Take the US $1 bill. For decades, theorists and symbol hunters have absolutely obsessed over this piece of everyday currency. They've claimed it's a literal roadmap to the secret society's power.
So let's walk through those symbols like a pro. Theorists always point straight to the Eye of Providence. You know, that all-seeing eye hovering right over an unfinished pyramid. If you look closely, that pyramid has exactly 13 steps, which researchers say represents the 13 hierarchical levels of the Illuminati. And then there's this tiny, almost microscopic owl hidden on the bill. The crazy part? The owl was actually the historical symbol of wisdom used by the original Bavarian group. It's incredibly interesting how these very specific elements just fuel so much speculation.
And right beneath that pyramid is the Latin phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum, which translates to New Order of the Ages. Now, historians will tell you this is just celebrating the dawn of the independent United States back in 1776. But conspiracy theorists, they interpret this phrase as absolute, undeniable proof of a sinister plot for a new world order.
Section 3. The Real Bavarian Illuminati.
All right, so we've seen the pop culture myth. Let's pivot back to reality, because honestly, the actual history of this organization is literally just as dramatic as the fiction. In 1776, a professor named Adam Weishaupt founded the order in Ingolstadt, Bavaria, basically to spread Enlightenment ideals. But then in 1784, there's this freak accident. An Illuminati courier was literally struck dead by lightning while riding through a storm. The police searched him and found subversive, secret documents right there on his body. Because of that one accidental exposure, by 1785, the Bavarian government completely outlawed the entire group. And that story perfectly illustrates the huge shift in motives here. Weishaupt's actual goal was really just an academic ambition, creating a society based on reason, free from absolute rulers and strict religious dogma. But over time, the modern conspiracy has completely morphed that into these intense fears of a totalitarian one-world government and total global domination.
Section 4. The Web of Fraternities.
Now, the story definitely doesn't end in 18th century Bavaria. Over the centuries, the Illuminati legend has kind of absorbed other real-world secret societies into its massive web. Take Skull and Bones, for example. This is an extremely secretive fraternity based at Yale University, and they operate out of a windowless building literally called the Tomb. Founded in 1832, they use the highly mysterious number 322 in their logo, and because the society counts U.S. presidents and high-ranking CIA officials as members, you can see how its bizarre, highly guarded rituals naturally pour gasoline on those larger conspiracy fires.
And if you buy into the grand conspiracy theory, Skull and Bones is just one tiny piece of the puzzle. Theorists claim the Illuminati has infiltrated an incredible list of global pillars. We're talking the United Nations, the Federal Reserve, intelligence agencies like the CIA and the KGB, the Vatican, and yes, even Hollywood and the music industry.
It's a rapid-fire list, but it really emphasizes the sheer, terrifying scale of control that modern theories claim this shadowy group holds.
But you know, this thirst for hidden knowledge, it's really nothing new. Just look at the Rosicrucians. They were a secret society from the 1600s rooted in alchemy and ancient wisdom. What is absolutely fascinating is that they captured the intense interest of brilliant scientific minds, including Isaac Newton. It just goes to show that humanity, even our greatest scientists, have always been completely captured by the promise of elite, hidden knowledge.
What's really crucial here is how our view of these secret societies has shifted over time. Back in the ancient world, mystery cults, like the cult of Isis, offered personal spiritual rebirth and salvation to their members. It was all about personal enlightenment. But today, the whole idea of modern secret societies provokes this intense public fear of political subversion, fraud, and global manipulation. The focus has entirely shifted from the spiritual to the political.
Section 5. Why the myth endures. So we've laid out the historical facts, and we've walked through the massive modern conspiracies. But we have to ask ourselves, why do we stay so obsessed with these theories today? Well, consider this chilling phrase, memento mori, which means remember that you must die. It's reportedly used inside that skull and bones tomb, when elite groups use intense secrecy, bizarre rituals, and purposely separate themselves from the rest of society. It naturally breeds extreme public suspicion. I mean, when you lock the doors, people are always going to wonder what you're hiding.
I want to leave you with one final thought today. Why are we so eager to believe a secret society is pulling the strings? Maybe, in a world that often feels incredibly chaotic and totally random, it's actually more comforting to believe that someone, even a sinister, shadowy elite, is in control, rather than accepting that nobody is driving the car at all. It's this deep, fundamentally human desire to find hidden order in the chaos. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.